How's it going, guys? Welcome back to another Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee Wi-Fi battle, where we can use Megas and all that. It's going to be a good time. So today we're having a battle versus Grayson. They've got a pretty cool team. They've got the partner Pikachu, Cloyster, Slowbro, Venusaur, Charizard, and Blastoise. A pretty interesting team. We've obviously got the team that you've seen already on the top of the screen right now. So I'm looking at that team and I'm thinking we could probably lead off with Jolteon. Jolteon does pretty well against the whole team except from the Venusaur and the Pikachu. So that could be a good one, but I'm more leaning towards leading with... I feel like they lead off with, like, Cloyster or something right off the bat. I think Jolteon is a good lead, so I'm going to go with Jolteon. And what we're going to try and do today is we're going to try and use Mega Aerodactyl, because the Aerodactyl is a really cool Mega. It's not exactly amazing in this game, but it's still pretty good. And the battle begins. Good luck, have fun, Grayson. So they're going to lead off with something. I don't know, because I forgot this whole intro thing's really slow. But anyway. So nice costume you've got there. They're going to lead off with Pikachu, as we lead off with Jolteon, Boltsy over here. So not too bad for us, I'd say. Not too bad at all. And we can definitely do some stuff here. We can Shadow Ball this thing in the face if we want to, but I don't think I will do that because Pikachu, well, the whole team is pretty weak to Jolteon, so I think the best thing to do is switch out here. Knowing they're probably going to go for like a Surf or something, I think Melmetal is the answer here, so I'm going to go into Melmetal real quick. Switch out to Melmetal, there we go, Boltsy, get on out of there, nice and shiny Jolteon. And we're going to go into Alloy the Melmetal, which is great for us. So they're going to withdraw their Pikachu, obviously realizing they can't do much. And they're going to go into Venusaur. So Venusaur's a great Pokemon here for them. So let's see how this plays out for us. I say we go for a double Iron Bash here, which is what I'm going to do. Because Venusaur, we need to get that out of the way. It's one of the Pokemon we have to get out of the way for Jolteon. So they go for a Toxic. Oh, probably expecting us to switch out, but no, we're not. As we go for a double Iron Bash, which isn't quite a 2-hit KO. But it definitely nearly does the job, which is fantastic. So they're more than likely going to switch out here into Charizard if I had to guess. So I'm going to go for a Thunder Punch to try and predict that. It'll take out the Venusaur anyway, so we may as well. They go for a Sleep Powder and they connect. So that's unfortunate. Sleep Powder coming through for the Venusaur on the Melmetal is very unfortunate, but what can you do about that? Not a lot, really. So what can we do in this situation? I don't think Charizard's doing much for us, so I might just hard switch into Charizard here. Watch them predict the switch and go for a Toxic. But I'm going to switch out anyway into my Charizard. There we go, withdrawing Melmetal. Into good old Jalapeno there, the Charizard. And then they go for a Mega Drain, which would have bounced off of Melmetal, and it bounces off of Charizard as well. So it does give them a little bit of health back, but I don't think it matters because it's definitely not going to stop them from taking some really bad damage here from a flare. I'm going to go for an Earthquake. Just because it's likely they're going to go into Blastoise or Cloyster here, or Slowbro. They do withdraw the Venusaur as expected, which is absolutely fine by me. And they're going to go into the Blastoise. Looking good, Blastoise. We go for an EQ, though. That's going to definitely do some chip damage to the Blastoise. Not too much damage. There we go, see, not too much. So what do we do here? We definitely have to switch out. I'd say we go Jolteon. So I'm going to go into Jolteon real quick. That should about do it. There we go, withdrawing our Charizard. Gonna bring Jolteon in against this Blastoise because Blastoise is obviously a big threat to Charizard. It's nice and shiny. I love shiny Jolteon. It looks really cool. They go for a Scald. It's gonna sting a little bit, and it may burn us. No burn? No burn. Brilliant. So now we can just go straight for a Thunderbolt. Should do the trick. They do withdraw the Blastoise. Are they gonna go into Venusaur or Pikachu? Charizard. Interesting choice. We go for a Thunderbolt. That's definitely going to do a lot of damage to the Charizard. And we... Ooh, wow. Nearly one-shots the Charizard. We definitely outspeed as well. So I'm going to go for a Shadow Ball to finish it off just in case they go into Venusaur. They do withdraw the Charizard, which is absolutely fine by me. And they do go into Pikachu. So that's great for us. Great for us. So we go for a Shadow Ball like so. Should do a lot of chip damage to the Pikachu. It's not that... It's not even a 2-hit KO. That's interesting. So... With Pikachu on the field, we definitely want to switch Jolteon out. I suppose I could just stay in and go for a... You know, I'm just going to stay in and go for a Shadow Ball here. I don't see any reason not to. I'm pretty sure we outspeed Pikachu as well. Yeah, we go for a Shadow Ball here. And it should do some nice chip damage again. It should do about the same. Yeah, it does. They go for a Toxic. which is an interesting move to have on a Pikachu. Toxic's a very common move in Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, I found out. Lots of Pokemon run Toxic, interestingly enough. And I guess that means they don't have a coverage move to hit my Jolteon, which is fine by me. So what I'm going to do is, I am going to switch up move. No, I'm going to go for a Shadow Ball again, because there's no reason not to. Jolteon puts a lot of pressure on their team. They do withdraw the Pikachu, which is absolutely fine by me. They're going to go into Slowbro. Slowbro definitely don't want to take a Shadow Ball to the face, that's for sure, but it probably can take it, that's the thing. I would have gone Venusaur, personally. That's just me, but I would have just gone Venusaur then. But anyway, Slowbro is down pretty much the next turn, which is fantastic. And we've weakened the Slowbro. It's one of the Pokemon we need to weaken for the Aerodactyl. So now I'm going to go for another Shadow Ball, and pretty much just to get some damage off on this thing. Shadow Ball comes through, and down goes the Slowbro, which is fantastic. So Jolteon's putting a lot of pressure on their team, but we've only just made our first KO, so this is looking to be a long drawn-out battle, to be fair. Not too bad, not too bad. And Jolteon is on death's door with a poison as well. Alright, in comes Blastoise of all things. Oh, there's Toxic stalling my Jolteon. That's what they're doing. So, I guess I don't really lose anything from going for a Thunderbolt here, so I may as well. They go for a Protect. They have Protect on the Blastoise for the Toxic stall. Makes sense. Now, Jolteon's not going to be able to do anything to this thing, which is really unfortunate. As a Toxic should take us out here. Doesn't quite take us out. So all they really need to do here is go into Venusaur, but I'm going to go for a Thunderbolt anyway, just in case they don't, or they go for a Double Protect. Yeah, they go for the Double Protect, but it fails. They're probably trying to keep Venusaur alive as long as possible, to be fair. Blastoise does go down, though, to the Jolteon's Thunderbolt, so that's absolutely brilliant for us. As there we go, Jolteon does go down. So now I'm looking at the team and I'm thinking, do you know what does really well here? Aerodactyl. If only I had Aerial Ace on this Aerodactyl, then the Venusaur wouldn't be so much of a problem. But let's go into the Aerodactyl real quick. There we go. Aerodactyl comes in. Looking amazing. I love Aerodactyl. It's such a cool Pokemon. And there's the Venusaur. So Venusaur comes in now. Now, Venusaur is obviously on death's door, so we don't have to worry about that. I am going to Mega Evolve here. And I'm going to go for an Earthquake. Because Mega Aerodactyl is so cool. I love Mega Aerodactyl. I mean, just look at this design. Wait for it, wait for it, wait for it. Look at that beauty. That is such a cool design. Such a cool design. We go for an EQ. That's going to be able to take out the Venusaur, no problems whatsoever. Boom. Down it goes. And now we just have Charizard, Cloyster, and Pikachu to worry about. Pretty sure they all go down to Rock Slide, Earthquake combinations. Right, Cloyster comes in. That's probably their best shot because Cloyster has really good defense, so it could take a Rock Slide pretty well. But at the same time, it might not. So let's go for the Rock Slide anyway, just to see what we can do. Rock Slide comes through. We don't miss, which is nice. And that just nearly takes out the Cloyster, which is fantastic. And they can just probably go for a Scald here. Or an Ice Beam. Ice Beam stab, so it makes sense as well. Can we take it? We do take it like an absolute champ. But we get frozen! No! Aerodactyl, no! No, that's not fair. 4 out this turn. Come on, do it. I want you to finish up this game. Frozen solid, unfortunately, which means they can now go for another Ice Beam and take us out with that. So Aerodactyl does go down, unfortunately. As there we go. But it did all right this game. It took out Venusaur, but I'm going to try and get another game in this next part of the video with the Aerodactyl once again. But for now, we'll just go into Starmie. I'm pretty sure Starmie can clean this game up. We can definitely take out the Charizard. We can definitely take out the Cloyster. Pikachu's pretty weakened as well. So we should be alright here. So let's go for the Thunderbolt first and take out this Cloyster. Thunderbolt comes through. And down goes the Cloyster. There we go. So with Cloyster out of the way, we've just got Charizard and Pikachu left. I'm pretty sure Starmie might not actually outspeed Pikachu because Pikachu has base 120 speed when it's the partner Pikachu. There's the Charizard coming in. I'm guessing they've gave up at this point because there's not really much else they can do. So I'm just going to go for a Scald real quick to take out this Charizard. Scald comes through from Patrick Star. Down goes the Charizard. So there we go. Charizard going down is amazing for us. Amazing for us, not for them. Definitely not amazing for them. And in comes Pikachu, who may outspeed Starmie and KO with a Zingy Zap, or whatever it's called. So let's go for a Psychic real quick, just to see if we outspeed. Oh, we outspeed still, which is great. Down goes the Pikachu. And let's move on to the next game. GG, Grayson. Alright, the second game is against someone whose name I cannot pronounce, but they've got a really cool team. They got a Venusaur, Snorlax, Poliwrath, Alolan Muck, Beedrill, and a Rhydon. Pretty cool stuff, to be fair. So it looks like Aerodactyl could put some work in here. If we weaken the Venusaur and we weaken the Poliwrath a little bit, and the Rhydon to an extent, we should be alright. So I think what I'm going to do is, I'm going to lead off. I feel like they lead off with Rhydon or Beedrill to get up the Toxic Spikes or the Stealth Rocks. If Toxic Spikes are even in the game, I don't know if they are. So I might just lead off with the Starmie. I think Starmie's a good lead here. So I'm going to do that, and then we'll just kind of go from there. And the battle begins. Good luck, have fun. Opponent with no name that I can pronounce anyway. So let's see what they lead off with. I think they're going to lead off with Rhydon or Beedrill. Just like a hunch. I don't know what that is, but it is a Rhydon. So Rhydon, yeah, we made the right prediction by going for the Starmie lead. That's always nice. And now we can just fire off a Scald, no problem. They pretty much have to go into Venusaur here, but I'm going to go for a Scald anyway. Because, again, I want to weaken or KO this Rhydon if I can. They do withdraw. Are they going to go Venusaur? I think Venusaur seems like the most probable one. As they go into Muck. So Muck is a good one for us, because if we can get that Scald burn, that'd be nice. As they're going to eat that up like it's nothing. And no burn, unfortunately. So I can't stay in because we can't KO them, and they may go for a Crunch, which will definitely hurt. So I'm going to go into my Melmetal. Obviously, I know Steel doesn't resist Dark, but we're very defensive. We can definitely take any hit this Muck wants to throw at us, and we can't get Toxic, which is a common move on Muck. So we'll go into Alloy the Melmetal, like so. They do go for a Foul Play, which is interesting. That's going to go off our attack, which means it's going to do a decent bit of chip damage, as it does. Now, looking at their team, I would say we could probably go for an Earthquake pretty safely, or a Double Iron Bash. So I'm going to go for the Double Iron Bash. I don't see any reason not to. They do withdraw the Alolan Muck, which is good to know. And they're going to go into whatever that is, which is going to be the Poliwrath. So Poliwrath comes in, we go for a Double Iron Bash. I think I should have gone for an Earthquake there, really, but it is fine. As long as we can weaken the Poliwrath a little bit, we are golden. Absolutely golden. So we'll keep Melmetal around for now, and what we'll do is we'll switch out into our Starmie. Starmie resists both stabs on Poliwrath, so we should be alright to go for Starmie. It's nice to see Poliwrath putting in some work as well. Well, I say put in work. It's nice to see it on the field at all. They go for a Hypnosis though, and they do miss, which is very unfortunate, but it is what it is. So now all we have to do is go for a Psychic, and that should do a lot of damage to the Poliwrath. Should even KO it. They're going to withdraw the Poliwrath, which is interesting. What are they going to go into? Maybe Snorlax? Muck. Makes sense for Muck to come in. And we go for a Psychic. Obviously, it doesn't work. I probably should have seen that coming, but I didn't really mind because we can just go straight back out into Alloy again. And this time we can go for an Earthquake, which will do more damage to the Poliwrath if they bring that in again. So let's make the Starmie switch. And we'll go straight into Melmetal because, like I said, it can take any hit this thing wants to throw at us. They do go for a Minimize. Oh no, they're a Minimizer. That's the thing about Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee. I can't find battles against people in the Discord because no one's playing it. But so I have to play against randomers, but it's like, whatever. So let's go for an Earthquake anyway. They go for another Minimize. I'm confident we'll hit this Earthquake and KO this Alolan Muck. I'm pretty confident that we'll hit it. We do. Alright, cool. And it should do a lot of damage. KOs the Alolan Muck, which is fantastic. Screw your Minimize strat. Doesn't mean anything to me because my Melmetal has X-ray specs. That's right. In comes whatever that is, which is going to be the Poliwrath again. I am looking at the team and I'm thinking, what do we need this for? I'm going to say, I don't know actually. I'm going to withdraw my Melmetal and I'm going to go into Starmie once again because I know that this thing can't really do anything to us. Other than like, you know, Hypnosis potentially, which it does manage to hit the Hypnosis, which is unfortunate, but it is what it is at the end of the day. It definitely is what it is. I think we can still stay in and burn off some sleep turns because, like I said, they can't really touch us. So if I go for a Psychic right now and they switch out, it's so be it. They withdraw the Poliwrath. Are they going to go Beedrill? Because Beedrill can Mega Evolve. Yeah, there's the Beedrill. So we're fast asleep, obviously, but Mega Beedrill does outspeed Starmie. So we have to be extremely careful here. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back. No. I'm going to go into Aerodactyl here. I really want Aerodactyl Mega to do a lot of damage to their team. So Rhydon's there. We need to Earthquake that. Poliwrath's weakened a little bit, so we can probably get away with that. But they are going to Mega Evolve their Beedrill. And they're probably going to go for a Bug-type move of some kind. There's Mega Beedrill looking amazing. I love Mega Beedrill. Such a cool Mega form. They go for an X-Scissor, which is definitely not going to do much to our Aerodactyl. 4 times resisting it. Or is it just 1 time resisting it? I don't know. Anyway. We go for a Mega Evolution here of our own. And we go straight for a Rock Slide. There's no reason not to. They do withdraw the Beedrill. What are they going to go into? Maybe Poliwrath? Rhydon comes in. So let's see how much damage Rhydon takes from this Rock Slide. It's probably going to take it like an absolute champ because it's 4 times resisted. Or is it 1 time resisted? I don't know. I can't remember whether rock resists rock or not. Let's go for a Rock Slide. And that doesn't do nearly enough damage. Nearly enough damage. So, Mega Aerodactyl is looking pretty good. But I'm looking at the team and I'm thinking, what can we do here? I think I switch into Starmie again and I try and burn off a sleep turn. So we'll withdraw Aerodactyl. We need to weaken this Rhydon. That's what we need to do, weaken the Rhydon. So we'll bring in Patrick Star. They go for the Rock Slide. It's going to sting. Does over half as well. Rhydon is a monster, I tell you what. Let's go for a Scald anyway. See if we can wake up this turn. I'm hoping we can. We're fast asleep, unfortunately. They may go for Stealth Rocks instead. Mega Horn, but it misses. Oh, I would have just gone for the Rock Slide. It does over half. Oh, well. Let's see if we can wake up this turn instead. We wake up, which is great. Go for a Scald. And that should definitely take out the Rhydon. Yes, it does. Down it goes. So Rhydon is out of the picture. Critical hit did not matter at all. Definitely didn't matter. But they can just go into Venusaur now. And Venusaur can... or Snorlax is probably a good idea as well. Alright, in comes whatever that is, which is going to be the Beedrill. So that's... terrifying. Do I need Starmie for much more? Probably yes. Do I ever switch into Beedrill? I do. Being either I think they go for a Bug type move, so I'm going to go Charizard since it's at full health. And I'm hoping they do go for a Bug type move here, but they could probably take us out of a Poison Jab thinking about it. But let's just hope they go for a Bug type X-Scissor here. They do go for an X-Scissor, which is fine. There we go. Lovely jubbly. As now Charizard can easily just fire off anything it wants to go for right now. So I am going to go for a Flare Blitz just because I want to get damage off on that Poliwrath if I can. They do go for a U-turn. Boom. Does no damage, of course, as the Beedrill does not have the adaptability ability, which it normally has in the Gen 7 games like Ultra Sun and Moon. So, what are we going to expect to see here? A Poliwrath, I think. In comes the Poliwrath. Expecting a Fire-type move, we go for a Flare Blitz. Obviously, it's not going to do much to Poliwrath, but it's still a bit of chip damage, and we may burn them. No burn, but we do get recoil. So, what does Charizard do here? I say we switch out. And I think they go for another Hypnosis. So I'm going to put Starmie to sleep again. I don't mind Starmie being asleep. It's like absolutely fine by me. So let's go into Patrick real quick. There we go. They do go for a Hypnosis and they do connect it this time as well. So that's twice they've connected Hypnosis on my Starmie. But it's fine. It's absolutely fine by me. I'm not too bothered about it. Like I said, the Poliwrath can't really do much to us, so I'm going to go for a Psychic. Just to see if we can wake up. Actually, you don't wake up first turn, but we need to burn that turn off anyway to wake up in the future. So, they're going to go into Beedrill once again. We are fast asleep, of course. No chance of us waking up that turn. And then, what's my switch in here? I don't really have the switch in anymore because everything's been weakened. I don't want to weaken things too much. So I'm going to go for a Psychic just to see if I can break out of this rut that I'm in. But no, they go for an X-Scissor. I was hoping they'd go for a Poison Jab, like over-predicting type thing. Expecting us to go into Charizard or something, but no. They're not. They're not doing that. So we can just bring Aerodactyl in now. Aerodactyl can come in, like so. There we go. Boom. And we can definitely scare this thing out with a Rock Slide. Or an Earthquake. I'm going to go for the Rock Slide option. I think Rock Slide's definitely a better move to use here. They do withdraw the Beedrill, which is fine by me. Probably going into Poliwrath if I had to guess. Snorlax comes in. Let's see how much this Rock Slide does to a Snorlax. I think it's a free KO. Yeah, it is. It's a free KO, which is fantastic. So, now we just go for another Rock Slide. There's no real reason not to. Rock Slide comes through. And nearly down and goes the Snorlax, which is great. They flinch as well, which is fantastic. Mega Aerodactyl coming through. Let's go for a Rock Slide once again. Rock Slide comes through once again. Takes out the Snorlax, which is great. As down it goes, which is fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. In comes whatever that is, which is going to be the Venusaur. Boom. Now, they've got 3 Pokemon left. They got a Mega Beedrill, and yeah, I think we go into Melmetal here. They may go for a Sleep Powder. I think it's more likely they go for a Mega Drain. I mean, Mega Drain probably wouldn't KO my Aerodactyl, but I'm not confident we can two-shot this thing with Rock Slide. So they do go for a Sleep Powder, which is very unfortunate. A lot of sleep on this team, isn't there? They got the Hypnosis on the Poliwrath, and they got the Sleep Powder on the Venusaur, which is fine. I'm not bothered about that. What we can do here is we can go for a Double Iron Bash and just try and wake up, basically. We're not going to wake up the first turn, but we'll wake up one of the turns after. They go for a Leech Seed. Ugh. Ugh. Are they going to be Subseed? I feel like they're Subseed with Mega Drain. But there's the Leech Seed anyway. It's going to sap some of our health and restore their health. I really think they go for a substitute here, but I'm going to have to just go into Charizard anyway. So let's go into Charizard. I think that's the best thing to do. They do withdraw their Venusaur. And they're going to go into what? Poliwrath. So Poliwrath, they're trying to get some health back on the Poliwrath, which makes a lot of sense, but I'm not going to stay in with my Melmetal here. Definitely not. So we go Charizard. And Charizard can't do much here, but I am going to click Outrage anyway, just to get some damage off on this thing. There we go, just to get some damage off on the Poliwrath. Boom. Not nearly enough damage, as they go for a Waterfall, which is no doubt going to KO my Charizard, as down it goes. But now, we're alright, because we can bring Aerodactyl in once again, and finish this thing off with an Earthquake, which is exactly what I'm going to do. As there we go. In comes the Aerodactyl. Like so. And then we just click Earthquake, and that should be the game? Not the game. It should be the game for Poliwrath. Earthquake comes through. Definitely takes out the Poliwrath from there, which is great. As down goes the little frog. Is it a frog or is it a tadpole still? Just like a tadpole in its final stages type thing? I think. I don't know. In comes probably the Venusaur. Yep, the Venusaur comes in. What do we do here? Let's go for a Taunt first. Stop it from going for its Leech Seed, Sleep Powder, stuff like that. I should have done this in the first place. But now I've revealed the Taunt. They can't use Sleep Powder, which is fantastic. They probably have Mega Drain as their other attack, but I'm going to just scout to see how much damage Rock Slide does. Rock Slide comes through. They do avoid the hit, and they go for a Sludge Bomb, which I'm assuming is their only attacking move to use against me. Hopefully no poison. No poison, which is great. We go for another Rock Slide here. I think Mega Aerodactyl has this one. I really think it has this one. Rock Slide comes through. Like so. And it's not a two-shot, but it is something close. And then we get the flinch as well, as they shake off the Taunt, which is unfortunate. So, let's go for a Taunt now, just to stop them from going Sleep Powder shenanigans again. We know we can take a Sludge Bomb, so it's not a big deal. As they go for a Sludge Bomb again. They obviously don't have a Grass Stab move, which makes sense. Oh, they get the Poison, which is unfortunate. So Aerodactyl is on a time limit now. And we have little to no ways of taking out the Beedrill now. So let's go for a... Well, we do actually. We've got Melmetal. Let's go for a Rock Slide once again, just to get some damage off on the Venusaur. As that nearly takes it out, which is fantastic. They go for a Sludge Bomb, though. That's not going to KO us, but the Poison will. As there we go. Poison is going to take us down. And Mega Aerodactyl did good. It did real good this game, I think. It really did real good. So we've got a Mega Beedrill to worry about now. And we've got a Sleeping Melmetal. I think I go into Gengar here. Gengar can come in. So let's go into Gengar real quick. Jester. There we go. Boom. And then we just go straight for a Shadow Ball. There's no reason not to go for a Shadow Ball here. Shadow Ball comes through. That's definitely going to take out the Venusaur. No problems there. Boom. Down it goes. Like so. And then we've just got the Mega Beedrill to take care of, which could run through our team, to be fair, if it's got Drill Run. There we go. Beedrill comes in. Their last remaining Pokemon. Let's go for a Shadow Ball real quick, just to see if we can get some damage off on it. They do have Drill Run on their Beedrill, which means Gengar's going down to this. Like so. So down goes Gengar. Mega Beedrill may actually pull this back for them. Mega Beedrill may actually pull this back for them. I've only got Jolteon left, really. And then I've got Melmetal, a Steel type, who's also weak to Drill Run. Who's asleep. So we need Melmetal to wake up the first turn we bring it back in. So let's go for a T-Bolt real quick, just to get some damage off. I'm pretty sure they outspeed us. They do. Drill Run comes through. But we should live. We do live on 10 HP. Thunderbolt comes through. Let's see how much damage this does to the Beedrill. Half. Not even half. Less than half. Great. Let's go for a Thunderbolt once again. Drill Run comes through. And that's going to easily take out the Jolteon. So it all comes down to Melmetal now. All comes down to Melmetal. With 2 minutes left of the game. Interesting. So let's go into Melmetal once again. Really hoping we can wake up. Let's go into Alloy if we can live a Drill Run. Let's see if we can live a Drill Run. So Drill Run comes through. Can we live? We live in. We live in. But we're fast asleep. So unfortunately, Melmetal does go down to the Mega Beedrill, which is really unfortunate. As there we go, Drill Run comes through. And that's going to take out Melmetal. But, you know, it's whatever. So, with Melmetal out of the way, that means my opponent does win. So, Gustav. No, not Gustav. That was the last opponent that I ran away from because they had a Mewtwo. Whatever your name is, GG, that was a fun one. I really enjoyed that one. Thank you so much for watching today's video. If you did enjoy, of course, leave a like, subscribe, all that wonderful stuff. And with that being said, I'll see you all in a bit.